Warning, the following podcast may contain the following offensive words or phrases.
Shit. Fuck. Cunt. Pussy. Ass Tom Brady crack ass nigga!
Thank you. Welcome to the Writers Buffy podcast, where we're built for comfort and not for speed.
Hashtag shooting the five.
Yeah, welcome to the Writers Buffy podcast interview. I am your host, IlFam79, aka the Arn Anderson of podcasting, and this is my partner.
Your boy Fat Boy Diz. Get at me, you bitch.
We are the Writers Buffy podcast. We are built for comfort
And not for speed.
my nigga. Today we have a very, very special guest, man. We do the Battle of the Week each week on the podcast. We recently reviewed Chilla Jones versus Danny Myers.
Yeah.
And brother Chilla Jones, representing that Bosstown, calls in. What's going on, brother?
Hey, man. Chilling, man. You know, regular stuff, man. How y'all doing tonight?
Yeah, we real good, man. We appreciate you calling in. So, you end everything with Bosstown, man. That's Boston. Tell us about where you from.
Bosstown, man. 617. You know, more specifically, Dorchester. You know, if anybody's really familiar with the Bosstown area, there's Dorchester, there's Roxbury, there's Mattapan, and that scene is like the really, really inner city of Boston. And there are some other places, you know, around that area, but those are kind of the three larger towns that make up most of the hood in Boston. You know what I'm saying? So I represent Dorchester more specifically. But you know, we're a heavy sports town, man. You know what I mean? Like we're very competitive. We hate New York for the most part. As far as Jets, Yankees, all that, Giants especially, you know, all that.
Yeah.
But but we have pride here, man. That's the one thing I can say, regardless of whether it's sport, whether it's battle rap, whether it's, you know, anything like that, man. Bostonians have a lot of pride. We have a lot of pride. We take pride where we're from. We represent it. Even people like, you know, you'll see Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
You know, when he wins an award in Hollywood, the first thing he says is, "Thank you, Boston." You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just how it is out here. Like, you know, we all feel like we have a chip on our shoulder, man. So that's where I'm from, man. We all work hard to get some respect.
Hey, Chilla, so if I look on a map of Boston, I can just look for Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, and I could probably find Dorchester, pretty much.
So, Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard is in Roxbury, and that's within 10 minutes of my crib. You know what I'm saying? It's within 10 minutes of where I live. So it's close to the Dorchester-Roxbury line.
See, so everywhere black people live, there's an MLK Boulevard and shit. So that figures and shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
All right, so now we talk at least a battle worth of info on the show each week, but we never really get into it. Now, especially at the beginning of your career, you schemed, scheming was your deal, or it still is. Explain to the folks, what scheming is, and why is that like your base?
Okay. So like I guess to put it in literal terms, you know, it's what we also call associative wordplay, and it's basically where you take a topic or a subject matter or a common theme, and you reel off a bunch of related words in succession with that theme. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, if the theme were cereal, you know, and you would say something like, give him smacks and take his kicks and et cetera, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. But but, you know, there would be double entendres. Give him smacks, smack him in the face, take his kicks, take his sneakers, but smacks and kicks are also cereals. So that's, like, what I do. It's what I'm known for. It's what I'm best at. And, you know, nowadays I've altered my style a bit, but I think that's still kind of what people know me for and knew me for coming up. And I chose to go that route because I felt like at the time when I came in, it was a very rare style, and it was a very rare technique that people used in battle rap. Like, usually it's very straightforward, very punchline heavy, very little depth within the lines, you know, but through scheming is a way for you to really build up your punchlines and really build up the setups and really get in depth with what you want to say, and also be creative at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I chose to go that route, man, because I felt like it was going to make me stand out in the long run, and I think it definitely did that.
I mean, it showed up crazy. I mean, I remember Mook's face when at the JC battle. Yo, what does that do for you when you see a nigga that's, you know, considered a legend? Like, that nigga was like, a nigga ate 100 bad pieces of fish or something. Like, his face was terrible. You know what I mean? And then you go back, and I know you in the moment, but when you go back and look at the footage and you see Murder Mook, you know what I'm saying, bugging out to, like, your schemes, what does that do to you?
It's like an instant confidence boost, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Mook is one of the reasons why I'm even into battle rap. You know what I mean? He's one of the first people I watched in this era of battle rap. And honestly, man, Mook is who sparked the idea of scheming for me. You know what I'm saying? When you go back and you watch his battle with Lux and he does the sandwich scheme, I thought that was one of the craziest things ever. And for those who aren't familiar, you know, it's a scheme that goes something like, you want to be a hero, for the bread and the cheese, we'll toast the beef, hit him with hot peppers, then slice his onion, so please don't let us.
Right.
Which is crazy, because a hero is a sandwich. You want to be a hero, for the bread and the cheese, we'll roast the beef, hit him with hot peppers, which are, you know, it's a synonym for bullets. Slice his onion, which is a synonym for his head, so please don't let us. You know what I'm saying? So, like, just putting it all together that way, when I first heard that, man, and this was damn near 10 years ago.
Right.
And it was like, man, like, that's not just a punchline. Like, that's something a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I think I kind of took that and ran with it and kind of added my own little flavor to it. But that was one of the craziest things I had ever heard at the time, man. So it was dope, you know, for Mook to be there and to be able to put on one of the best battles of all time, as far as the culture is concerned, in his presence. You know, it was amazing, man. And at the time, I didn't really understand the magnitude of what that battle would become. But looking back on it now, easily, you know, one of my favorite moments of my career, man. It was definitely epic.
All right, so 2015, right? It felt like we got a different Chilla. First of all, we got a lot of Chilla battles in 2015. Yeah. And you did. I mean, you had arguably, you know what I mean, at least a top three. Right. You know what I mean? In my opinion, you, Danger Zone, and Tay Rock. By the way, we are a Maryland podcast, right? So Danger Zone and Tay Rock are our home team for us. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Salute them. Salute those brothers.
That's what's up. Now, first, did you think you had the best year in battle rap last year?
I do. I do think I had the best year in battle rap for a couple of different reasons. I feel like my resume, pound for pound, was the toughest schedule last year. If you look at everybody I battled and where I battled them, I battled 100 Bullets in Canada, which is where he's from, which is a home game for him. I battled Math in Atlanta, had one of the best battles of the year. I battled Conceited in Springfield, which is like 90 minutes outside of Boston, but it's the closest I've ever had to a home game. Beat him clearly. Battle Disaster on 4 days prep in LA, where he's from, being his first battle back after the whole situation with Math. Battle prep, one of the biggest bodies of the year on URL.
I was going to ask you, that was your biggest body too, man. You stole my question.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think up until that point, it was probably my first battle on King of the Dot, which was Dead Man. I think that was probably my biggest body before the prep battle, but the prep one was out of control, man. I didn't expect to do that, but it was out of control. I also had Danny Myers, which you guys said you had reviewed on the podcast.
Yeah.
I battled Past in Canada, and to me, that would probably be my worst showing of last year, probably my one loss of last year. And then I battled Tony D in London, which is very difficult to headline in London and to battle him in a place where he's never lost. And then to close out my year, I battled the Saga. So pound for pound, as far as the people on my resume for 2015, I didn't battle the biggest names in the world, but I battled big names. I battled small names in their hometowns. I battled 9 times in 12 months. No clear losses, really. I honestly believe that for that reason, I was the battler of the year last year.
Now, to me, this is why battle rap right now is better than just the music industry in general. Because niggas in the music industry are never gonna say, "Well, that man has his lane, I got my lane. I think we both winners and this and that." I appreciate the confidence and more so the honesty of a nigga that'll say, "Nigga, yeah, I had the best year last year." You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, Chilla. Now, also, to keep it a buck, you have some detractors. From time to time, my co-host here is...
I'm going to say myself, man.
A detractor.
Sometimes, straight up, I was like, man, this nigga boring, man. Now, I saw the Saga battle, and I liked the way you started off, and that kind of...
Best prop ever, by the way. Best prop ever.
Yeah, he should have just looked, I think. Well, let me ask you, Chilla, what do you think about... I don't know if I'm the first person to say that, but what do you say to niggas who say that?
I mean, see, this is my thing, man. I've always been someone who is open to criticism. Always. You know what I'm saying? After I battled DNA in 2013, I battled him in front of 2,000 people. It was the first, I was still a rookie. It was still my first year. And it was a super tough battle for me, man, to battle a New York MC in New York in front of 2,000 New York people. It was very, very difficult for me. And after that battle, man, a lot of the criticisms and critiques I got were, you need to shorten your schemes down, you need to punch more, and you need to perform a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? And I took that as a learning experience. So compared to the Chilla from 2013, I think the 2015, 2016 Chilla is way more entertaining and far less boring than he was.
See, I think I'm sorry.
Nah, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I think a prime example of that is your third against Math. Because you weren't punching there, you was talking to that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't scheme, haymaker, scheme, haymaker. It was, nigga, listen, this is what real life is. Man, and that's when I said, this nigga different this year.
Yeah, man, that was what I wanted to do because, that's Matt's strength. You know what I mean? Like, his strength is being able to talk to you, especially in its third rounds, being able to talk to you about real life stuff. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to focus a lot on bars in the third round. He's going to talk to you about his own struggle. He's going to talk to you about what he's been through. and he's going to use that as a way to explain why he's more authentic. He's realer. He's, you know what I'm saying? He's more relatable. So I wanted to take that away. I saw that as his strength, and I wanted to take that away from him, man. So in my second and mostly my third, I really focused on trying to strip his character down and really just changing people's perception of him a little bit. You know what I mean? And I took that formula, man, and I've been running with it ever since. And, you know, there are some people who wish that I would go back to the JC Chilla, which was just bar, scheme, punch, all 3 rounds. That's all I care about. But I really like this new formula, man, where I'll give you a lot of that stuff in the first round and maybe even the second. Right. You know, but in my third round, I'm really going to attack you, and that's what I did with Prep. That's what I did with Saga. That was what I did with Danny Myers. And I think it's a nice switch up from just bars every round. You know what I'm saying? So I got that from the math battle, and I just kind of took that formula and been running with it ever since.
That's what's up. So switching gears a bit, what is Writers Bloque?
Writers Bloque, man, it's a collection of some of the best writers in battle rap. You know, so Writers Bloque consists of myself, Big Cannon out of Chicago, Oops and B Magic out of St. Louis, JC out of Pontiac, Danger out of Maryland, Daylight and Danny Myers out of Cali, 40 Bars, who's also out of Bosstown, and Rum Nitty out of Arizona. I think that's everyone.
That's the team as it stands right
I think
now.
that's everyone. But it's, but yeah, I mean, I think people get confused a lot, man, because we came together through battle rap. I think people mistake us for like just a random group of rappers from all over the world who just decided to be online friends. That's really not what we are. It's so much more to it, man. As far as merchandise, as far as music, as far as all these things, man. When I come out with my music or my merchandise, I send them to Magic so that he can move it in St. Louis. You know what I mean? Or I'll send it to Daylight so that he can move it in Los Angeles. When Daylight comes out with his album, he sends a box to Boston. We move it out here, man. So it's more than just like, oh, we all battle. Let's be cool because battle rap clips are what's popping right now. It really has nothing to do with that. It's really just a network of battlers in different parts of the country who want to help promote and further each other, not only through battle rap, but through music, through merchandise, through any other products like that, man. We're way more of a family than just a bunch of online friends, which is, I think, is a common misconception.
Hey man, I see y'all wrestling, what they call it, a stable and shit, right?
Yeah.
So like,
right.
if you had to put your stable against, I don't know, another crew, what would you think that people would want to see? Your crew, your best 5 or 6 against, I don't know. You tell me.
Well, we just did the Writers Bloque versus Team Hami, which was RBE. That was last weekend.
Oh dang.
Salute to Team Hami. Team Hami actually in the building. There were 5 battles. Team Hami on the last battle, which was Swave versus Danny. Swave edged Danny in that battle, or so the judges say. I wasn't there and I haven't watched any of the battles, but I'm just going from hearsay, from what the word is going on. Team Hami won 3 battles. Writers Bloque won 2 battles. So, it was 2-2 going into the last battle main event, which was Danny and Swave, and they said Swave edged it. But as far as what I feel like is the most anticipated, kind of what people want to see, I think people want to see Writers Bloque versus NWX. Yeah. Which is DNA, K-Shine, the Saga, Big T, Rain, and Official.
But Reigns not battling, right?
I don't know if there's any other groups out there who, as far as firepower, really match us. I mean, Doc is also, if you consider Mook, Rex, Tay-Rock, Real Deal, and Daylight. I mean, Daylight, I guess, plays both fences.
I can see, I can see a scenario where you have that card and then Daylight battles itself. I paid to watch Daylight battle itself.
That I can see that too, to be honest with you, and I think he would find a way to make that happen, and I think it would be hilarious.
Hey, bro, Daylight, if you take my idea, my nigga, I need a percentage. I need percentage for my idea, my creative contribution. You know what I'm saying? IllFam79 on Twitter, get at me. Nah, that's dope. Now, you mentioned my nigga. He's one of my favorite battlers. Be motherfucking Magic. You know what I'm saying? That is your tag team partner for Double Impact. What do you expect out of you and B Mac? First of all, why? How did that combination? I know you guys are a clique, but how did you guys pick each other as far as that's who's gonna represent Writers Bloque against Briz and T Top?
It was a combination of a couple of different things. First and foremost, it could have, I think a lot of people would have expected me and Danger Zone or me and JC before me and Magic. The reason why I feel like me and Magic make much more sense right now, one, I feel like B Magic hasn't really been on a big stage since, I think, Conceited, which was, I think, Summer Madness 4.
Okay.
And I feel like when Magic gets rolling, like grade A, prime time Magic on a big stage is one of the most dangerous battlers out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is even me talking from a fan perspective. If I have to pick Danger Zone, JC, or B Magic on a big stage of 1,200 people in the building, who is going to get the crowd most excited? I will go with Magic.
Yeah.
That's not a knock on anybody else. That's just my opinion, and that's just because he can punchline you every single line. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The other factor for me was a lot of people feel like I'm the best schemer, and a lot of people feel like he's the best puncher. So I feel like me having the best schemes, him having the best punchlines, even though me and Danger stylistically probably work better together, I think me and Magic opens the door for a lot of different possibilities that aren't there with Danger.
So, not to pull the curtain back too much, but we were talking about this because a lot of people equate this these 2-on-2s to something that like Styles P and Jada do on tracks. So my question is like, what's the preparation for like a 2-on-2? Like, is this your first of all? And what is the writing process like?
Okay. This is my first 2-on-2 battle.
Right.
And the writing process so far has really just been me and Magic bouncing ideas off each other, and really just like going back and forth with ideas, trying to come up with something creative. Obviously with me living in Boston and him living in St. Louis, it's not going to be as easy as me going down the street to his house.
Right.
And sitting down together and putting it all together, so it's been a lot of phone calls, it's been a lot of Skype. We'll fly into New York a couple of days early just to be able to, boost our chemistry on stage. But right now the writing process, man, has just been bouncing ideas off each other, 24/7. If I'm at work and I get an idea, I'll shoot it his way and see what he thinks about it. If he's shooting the video, and he has an idea, he'll shoot it my way, man. And it's just, we just bounce it back and forth with things and certain ideas for lines and concepts and things like that, man. So far so good, man. Even with the stuff we have right now, I think people are really gonna rock with it. But we're also trying to do something different too. We're not just gonna try and have me be on stage and I do a scheme and then he does a punchline. Like we don't want to be that predictable. Right. So we're gonna shake things up a little bit. You're gonna see probably a different side of Chilla B Magic in this battle that you're not gonna expect.
That's what I'm looking for, man. Switching gears now. This is one of the portions I know my tag team partner here has been waiting for. Now, we are a sports-based podcast as well, and I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, and my tag team partner here is a Baltimore Raven fan. Now, I don't know if you know about the vehement dislike.
It's hate.
It's pure hatred for not only not only your franchise, but specifically Thomasina Brady, as we like to call him.
Let me ask: have you heard? Have you listened to the podcast yet, man?
I have not.
So our intro says, "Pussy ass Tom Brady." I can't stand that motherfucker, man. I'm assuming you are a fan of the Patriots.
Huge. Yeah. I mean, all of the Boston teams get my love and support, man. Patriots, Bruins, Red Sox, Celtics, Revolution, all that, man.
That's what's
all
up.
that, man. I do have other teams that I rock with, that I like, for football. I like the Cardinals, Arizona. For basketball, it's OKC.
Right.
I like different teams as well. But, the number one is always the hometown.
All right, of course.
Always the home.
So now we notice. I mean, the fitted game, like nigga, we always see it's usually a Boston fitted, like a Red Sox fitted. Normally that's what we get in battles. It would be dope if we got like a Revolution fitted or something, if you could find one of those. But so what would you label yourself more? Are you more of a football guy? Are you more of a baseball, basketball? What are you mostly?
Me myself, I would say is football and basketball primarily is what I like.
All right. So you mentioned hatred earlier for the Giants and Jets, right?
Yes, indeed.
At this moment, do you hate the Giants more, the Jets more, or Peyton Manning and the rest of his forehead?
Honestly, man, the Giants, and it's two Super Bowls, man, like 2 Super Bowls, man, 5 years apart, like
Manningham and Tuck, two niggas you really. I mean, I'm sorry, Manningham and
Tyree.
Yeah, Tyree. Like niggas,
man.
What are they doing right now?
Man, you know what? Nightmares, man. Nightmares. To be like, you gotta understand, like, watching both of those games as a New England fan, the first one hurt, okay? The first one hurt.
Oh, because that was the year I went undefeated.
The second one, that was like, man, it was like, not again. You know what I'm saying? Like, run the gamut all the way to the Super Bowl, all the way to the fourth quarter, all the way to minute 30 left in the game, to be at a certain point in a position to, you know what I'm saying, to either win or take it into OT, and to have it end the way those ended, man, really hurt. Like up until the last Super Bowl, a year ago.
Yeah.
Man, we really had a sour taste in our mouth out here.
I'm sure.
Over those.
I'm sure you're a Pete Carroll fan, though.
I mean, Pete's cool, I guess. I mean, I was when he was out here, I wasn't like a huge, like, I wasn't huge on Pete Carroll when he was, the Patriots coach.
No. I'm talking about him in that call that when he was supposed to run
Marshawn. When he was supposed to run Marshawn,
and he threw it. I know you was like, oh, great job. I know you were a fan of that.
I low key knew that was coming. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Pete was trying to outthink
That's what he does though. That's his
Belichick. You know what I'm saying?
game.
Yeah, and exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of knew that was coming. I didn't know it was gonna, result in a Malcolm Butler pick, but
good pick though.
It was solid, man. Like it's one that's literally like he got a contract off of that pick. You know what I'm saying? Like that was all-star moment. That was prime moment. But yeah, I mean, obviously Pete Carroll's on my good side now, but back when he was the Patriots head honcho, man, I don't know. I didn't really like him. It was Parcells for me. I was a big fan of, and then we had Pete Carroll for a bit, and I was like, yeah, man, he's a totally style-wise, like Parcells is real hard-nosed, real like, I was never big on Pete Carroll when he was out here, and then when we got Belichick, it was he was the perfect fit.
Hey man, so do you feel like you have an asterisk next to any of those championships with the deflate gate or with the cameras and the listening devices in the locker room, man?
I don't think there's an asterisk next to any of them except for the tuck rules.
Oh yeah,
that's real life.
I think that's when I start hating the Patriots.
That's real. That's when most because that's when they became like the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's when them niggas became the evil empire, and that's when niggas over scrutinized everything, and niggas hate like not only in Baltimore, but them niggas is bad guys pretty much everywhere. I kind of think that their play this year kind of reminds me of what Golden State's doing.
Oh, fuck.
Because them niggas came in. And it was like, deflate gate, and you niggas was cheating. And them niggas came in the league this year, and the Patriots was beating the brakes off everybody.
Yeah.
Like, them niggas came in, and they were mad, yo. And Tom Brady plays with, like, this, he plays with this, it's not, like, super angry, like aggressive, you know what I'm saying? But it's, nigga, I'm pissed off and I'm gonna kill you. That it reminds me of Steph Curry. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Where, nigga, you saying the only reason why we won is because Kevin Love wasn't there and Kyrie Irving wasn't there. Okay, we'll show you how to do it. Now them niggas having the best season ever. I do have a feeling that the Golden State Warriors season may end a little better than the gentleman from Bosstown. But
yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Another thing that we get into, myself specifically, man, on the show, are sneakers.
Okay.
Would you consider yourself a sneakerhead? If not, what was the last pair of sneakers that you caught?
I'm not a huge sneakerhead, you know what I'm saying, to be honest with you. I'm familiar with certain ones, but I'm not like one of those people who gotta have the latest J's when they drop or anything like that. But the last pair I caught, I actually have like a sponsorship through Reebok.
Oh.
So a lot of what I've been wearing have been like retro Reeboks. Like I have some old school Questions.
Ooh.
I have some old school Pat Ewing pumps. So I got some Sean Kemp's, some old Shaqs, like a lot of the old Reebok, like when Reebok was really really cooking with NBA stars.
Yeah.
When they had the
black tops.
a lot of the black tops, the Kemp's, the Barkleys, the Ewings, like a lot of those. That's a lot of what I've been rocking with recently. But I obviously I got some J's, I got 4s, and all that stuff too.
Yeah.
That stuff is cool. But I don't like if you listed off a random number of like if you said the 11s or like I couldn't tell you what none of that shit really means. But
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, all right, we have a segment on the show called Shooting the Five. Hashtag Shooting the Five, blah, 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 blah. Right? So, you're a Boston guy. Give me the top 5 off the top of your head.
Yep.
Top 5 most important. I don't know what you call them. Bostonites, Bostoners,
Bostonians, like
Bostonians. That's what it is.
like shoes and shit.
It is Bostonians. Hey, look,
Okay.
man, I'm off this red stag, man. You gotta take it easy on me.
Now, does it? Are we talking like sports specific or
We're
just
talking
like
sports and hip hop.
sports and hip hop?
No
Bostonians. Man, I think my list is a lot different than a lot of other Bostonians, but I'm gonna give you the real. I'm gonna give you what my list is. For me, growing up, when I did, it's no order.
All right.
Brady,
That'll make him
Pierce, Paul Pierce, my favorite Celtic of all time.
Ooh, Pierce. I like Pierce.
You know, he's up there for me. Man, see, the most exciting part of being a Patriots fan for me, even though we lost that year, was our undefeated season.
Yeah.
So I would love to say Moss. I don't really I consider him a Viking always. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. So it's real tough for me to even go that route. I would say Brady. I would say Pierce. I would say David Ortiz. I would say I think I gotta say Belichick too at this point, man.
No, you know what? I see. That's another Marylander you trying to take, man. That's Naval Academy.
Y'all can have that motherfucker, man.
That's actually specifically that's also Anne Arundel County because he was at Annapolis. He went to Annapolis. I don't know if I can give you Belichick, man. Belichick coaches there, but he's not a I guess I gotta give you.
I mean, if we're talking from Boston, from Boston, then I'm gonna say Static Selector.
Ooh, shout out to him and that joint he did with Crooked Eye. Crazy project.
Right. He's one of the hardest working men ever, man. You know, he does his Shade 4-5 show every Thursday night. He put out joint albums with Joey Badass, Crooked Eye. He's easily one of the hardest working men I've ever met. So he's definitely up there. I also got to throw in the homie Terminology, you know what I'm saying, because he's also one of the hardest working men up there. I would say, it's tough for me to think on the sport side of things, like from the city.
Well, not necessarily from the city, but definitely a Boston guy.
Guru's from Boston, right?
Right.
He was. Rest in peace, Guru.
But yeah, you know, so I would say Static Term, and then I would say, you know, the Brady, the Ortiz, and the Paul Pierce. That would be my five.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Man, I absolutely appreciate you calling up, man. I do wish y'all luck and good fortune against Top and Briz.
Appreciate it.
Yo, before I let you get out of here.
Yeah, what's up?
First of all, I want to see somehow small room battles make a comeback. Because small room battles is perfect for a nigga that schemes. You know what I'm saying? For a nigga with bars and a nigga that schemes, small room battles are perfect. I don't know if it's a nigga out in these streets that might be messing with, and I know we got him on the phone, but Chilla's gonna be a problem in a small room. Have you? Are they still doing the quiet room battles?
You know, it's funny you mention that, bro, because I don't know if they're still doing the quiet room. But I actually have a battle this weekend in a small room. So URL is bringing back small room battles. And basically, there's a card this weekend in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And I'm battling Cortez on that card.
Ooh.
But the cards, there's Chess versus Reed Dollars. There's Cicero versus Ty Law. There's Mike P versus Tink the Demon, me versus Cortez, Av versus Rum Nitty.
Yo, that nigga Av is crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's a small room event that's happening this weekend.
That's gonna be a problem.
And you know the event, or the theme for the event is called Born Legacy. This event is called Born Legacy 2 because they did the first Born Legacy a couple years ago. But it's like a small room series. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that they're going to be doing, 3 or 4 times a year now. Bringing back the small room battles as a way to showcase newer talent, and also as a way to kind of bring back that feel that I think we all miss from the Chilla versus JC, and from the old school Verb versus Miles, and a lot of the old school battles that were in small rooms that we regard as classic. You know what I'm saying? So, that's going to be this weekend. So, I'm happy to be back in a small room because, like you said, man, I feel like that's where I thrive the most. I feel like that's where I put on the best shows.
Yes.
Is in a small room where I don't have to entertain 1,200 people at once, but all I really got to do is rap, and people just have to listen, and that's really all that's expected of me. So, I'm excited. I'm super excited for it.
Hey man, where they dig up Reed Dollars at though? Where the fuck that come from?
I think they pulled him from the body that John. They pulled him from the grave that John pulled him in.
Okay, shit.
But nah, hey, listen, man. I can't wait to see. I did not know about them. I heard the name Born Legacy. I'm not sure why I didn't know they were small room battles. I know Av was killing. I saw Av kill like 2 consecutive white guys in smaller room battles before big events recently. But he's finally got a name.
Right.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. And then I didn't know it was you and Core this weekend. That's crazy. Jeez, I thought I researched.
All good. Listen, it was it's been announced for like maybe a few weeks, but they just kind of started ramping up the promo yesterday and today. So if you check out their Twitter, or if you go to the urltv.tv site, you'll see a lot about it now as opposed to last week when they weren't talking too much about it at that time.
All right. So are we looking forward to any Chilla Jones music?
I'm working on an EP right now. That's going to be 6, 7 records. You're probably not going to see that though till probably summertime.
All right.
But if you're not familiar with my music, I released my last project Labor Day of 2014, and that shit still bumps if you ask me. But www.chillajones.com. Look for the link for Welcome to Bosstown. All original music, no industry beats. All original stuff. You're gonna be in for a treat, man. Especially if you follow my battles. I think people who aren't familiar with my music think that I'm just gonna be on every song scheming or every song punching. Like, no, I was doing music before battles, man. So I know how to put a song together. I know how to put a hook on there. Like, that's what I do. That's my passion. So if you haven't checked it out, go to the website and check it out. Also, grab yourself some Chilla Jones merchandise, man. Grab yourself a Kingpin hoodie, Kingpin shirt.
Oh, Kingpin,
new merchandise coming in spring,
man.
too.
Kingpin, I need a 4X, man. We built for comfort, not for speed over here.
I got you.
My nigga, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you calling in, man. It's been a very entertaining and informational interview. Where can niggas get at you on social networks?
Man, Twitter, Instagram, Chilla Jones, CHILLAJONES. On Facebook, facebook.com/Chilla Jones official, to follow the fan page. Otherwise, man, go to www.chillajones.com to keep up with my moves. Chilla Jones versus Cortez, March 6th this weekend. Chilla Jones and B Magic versus T-Top and Briz, March 27th, Double Impact, Urban Plaza, Manhattan, New York. Both on a URL platform. And big salute for having me, y'all. I appreciate it.
And we appreciate you, man. Thanks, man.
Absolutely, man. Hey, man, one more time. We're at Where's Buffy on everything. IlFam79 on your social network of choice. Where can I get at you, Brother Diz?
Fatboy_Diz on Instagram and Snapchat me that pussy, and Dizzy from B More on Twitter.
All right, brother. Yo, one piece, y'all.
Peace.